shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles.
If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Room to run right away. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game. And, man, you can see why.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed right. And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play.
Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush. You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing to get going. It's Herbert. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes 3rd down. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's got Palmer. It's complete. And he will score. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, L.A. His 12th touchdown of the year. Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Now, faking the give. That one knocked away and incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Going right sideline and complete. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll run right. Here's Walker. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Once again, it's Walker. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down. The Seahawks going to bring their kicker out and try a field goal. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The ball comes out. The Seahawks scoop it up.
See, with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They face second down and 7. He'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
Putting the tight end in motion. The run up the middle, it's Walker. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. The Chargers out to the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Second and 11. He'll drop to throw. That is caught side of the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good. Next to score, Seahawks 10, Chargers 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Pistol here for Herbert. Open man down the field, Mooney. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he'll get about 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back in on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
3rd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. Back to the sideline and intercepted.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. We'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he is putting in the work, dancing inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Herbert. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On first down, Herbert. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
That big boy was moving, Mike. That was impressive. I mean, it's not easy to bring down this quarterback in any situation, but to hawk him down from his interior defensive line spot, nearly out by the sideline, that's beyond impressive.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Wide open is the tight end. He's got this one. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down and pick up those extra yards after the catch.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A short one there, caught by Kittle. Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to 16.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down. have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
That is catch number 60 for the season. We'll try the right side this time. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Throwing, Herbert. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job defensively. They were all over that from the jump. Initially, I thought he was going to break away and pick up something positive, but at the end of it all, he ended up going backwards.
Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. So now 4th down, and Cameron Dicker is on for the Chargers. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Chargers will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. We'll try and run it with Walker. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
That's just a great job defensively, Mike. Here's a chance they have to get off the field. They sell out for the run. They know it's coming, and they're able to force a 4th down.
They'll try it now with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field. But they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge. And now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
That is hot. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points, It's at a high level in the NFL. You have to generate explosive plays, and after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. He pulls it in around the 5. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we're at halftime here on Sunday Night Football as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Herbert. Checking it down, this one is caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Now a play fake. Herbert. He'll air one out for Palmer. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercept it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football at their own 40.
You know, Mike, I like the early aggressive play call to start this second half. I think anytime you find yourself in a tie ball game, you want to be the team that strikes next. In this case, it backfires. They have the turnover. Now it's their defense that's taking the field, and they're going to have to come up with a stop and keep this game all squared up.
They'll motion over Metcalf. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. They left a man wide open downfield. He's got him. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Seattle. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
That one is caught by Mooney. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Glad McConkey the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field, so every
pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Herbert. That's 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Well, they just try a very short throw, and instead, the defense takes it back the other way, and they come up with a big play, scoring the touchdown.
Mike, for how fast he jumped that route, it almost seems like he was in the huddle and ran the route for the quarterback. I mean, he was there before the receiver, and as you said, there was nothing left to do but take it all the way back the other way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On play action, now Herbert. And he's got Homer. It's complete. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
A loss of 13 yards brings up third down.
Hey, Ram. Let's go. Baylor Tiger. 21.
The play clock down to 0. And this, not the best of sequences. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that one not going to get there, and it's wide to the left as well. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That'll be intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
He'll air one out for Palmer. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
And as the game goes on, these are the throws they got to find a way to connect with, those chunk plays. I like the idea of pushing it downfield, but the next time they get an opportunity, they've got to find a way to connect.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Herbert to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
5-9. 59.
Here we go on 4th down with Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McCoskey. Not only do they convert on 4th down, they picked up a quarter of the field. A gain of 25. Throwing again, Herbert. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 4th down.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. Touchdown Chargers. Point after now from Dicker. His kick is good. And the Chargers will cut the deficit to 7. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Shotgun run now with Walker. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Junior Colson there to make the stop. They'll look to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they're going to hold up here in pass protection. That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Pistol here for Herbert. That's to the right side and incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down. Slot man in motion right. Herbert now on first down. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Hovering very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Now a give up the middle. He'll manage only about 3. So it will bring up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. This one finds McConkey. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. On play action now, Herbert. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
On first and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's second and 6. Now, faking the give. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. His drive will start on the ground. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's a second and 9. Now Herbert. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and
that's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now a give to Walker, running right. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. On first down, Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a play fake. Herbert. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Herbert to the air again. Left side, catch made by McConkey. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. And he's going to have the Chargers first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
A little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They come up for 2nd and 2. Tight end going in motion here. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here comes 2nd down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll drop to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. Finding room at the 35. Gets to the edge at the 30. Trying to get to that pylon. Not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 79 yards in all. So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. They send him right out of the slot. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Seattle. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. The extra point, up and good. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open. I think it's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Parker motioning over. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
So it's a win here for the Seahawks. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December. as they continue to be the #1 team in all of football. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from SoFi.